Hey, welcome to my channel. This is Spirit Soul Sense, Information for Your Soul. I am Shareece, and I wanted to talk about pretty privilege. But first, what does it mean to be pretty? How do you know someone is pretty? I feel like we know it when we see it, like, oh my gosh, that person is pretty, they're beautiful, they're attractive. What does it mean? Also, if there's pretty, there's ugly, I suppose. What does it mean to be ugly? What makes a person ugly? So I say time and time again that we have all been indoctrinated into the system of white supremacy that says white is best. And if white is best, then everything else is underneath, okay? And so some of what we understand to be attractiveness comes from this European beauty standard of, light skin, small nose, smaller lips. But there is something rooted in biology that also tells us what we find to be attractive. And so pretty privilege is really about women. Men can be pretty too. Even heterosexual men can be pretty. It's just so interesting. But I'm talking about women being pretty. Pretty women having like this pretty syndrome, pretty privilege, because some things, the world treats you a different way when you are more attractive than other people. And so like this biological attractiveness, pretty, has a lot to do with your hair. The longer the hair, the more feminine people tend to think you are. The symmetry of your face, right? So if one eye is over here and one eye is, it doesn't look the same. It's not as attractive. But also, if we're talking about biology, the body shape of a woman and the body weight of a woman can factor into the entire attractiveness of the woman. And even though being attractive can get you access to a lot of things, it's not enough. You usually have to have a little bit more to stay in those spaces, because nobody likes a nasty attitude. It's never really just one thing. Like pretty privilege can get you a lot of things, but to keep them and maintain them, it's going to take a little bit more effort than just good looks. So I say good looks. What makes a person pretty? Biological. You understand that European beauty standards also affects. So if we're using me as an example, I think a lot of people would say I'm fairly attractive. I knew I was cute. So I didn't always know I was cute. I knew I was cute when I went to junior high. And the cool girls wanted me to be their friends. Well, because I was cute. I got access to the girls. I know everybody didn't want to be them. The girls everybody wanted to be had access to the boys that everybody wanted. Everybody didn't want them. But if there's a middle school hierarchy of cool kids, right, I had access based on my external features to this group of people. So that's when I knew I was cute. And then I've always had a really small body. It made me sad when I was growing up. Having a smaller body made me sad. But biologically, it's something men are attracted to. Like think the Barbie doll. Unrealistic beauty standards. I'm just not here to tell you they're good. But think Barbie doll in terms of fertility, youth. This is what men are typically attracted to. Of course, there are outliers. Men from different demographics have a different average woman. And so likes and dislikes are going to differ based on ethnicity. And there are bigger within group differences than there are between group differences. I'm just giving you like an overall and average. So because there's sort of this consensus that my features are fairly symmetrical, that I have Afrocentric features, but not significantly so. Like attractiveness often can be measured by how much does it deviate from the ideal. And so if the ideal is, who's that white beautiful? If the ideal is Elizabeth Taylor, if the ideal is Elizabeth Taylor, how much does your beauty deviate from Elizabeth Taylor, who in her youth was gorgeous? I mean, she was gorgeous. So how much does it deviate from that ideal? I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it's an ideal. Or if you compare to like Tyra Banks in her youth, right? Very thin, but her features very symmetrical. Even her lips. Like I'm gonna look for a picture of lips that are very Afrocentric. Like I have black features, right? I look black, but there's a continuum of black features. Someone whose ancestors never left the motherland, and so their features are very prominent, versus me, who had ancestors who were raped and have some Eurocentric sort of features. Like if you look at some of my features, so if you're just considering that, even like the tone of my skin, how much does it deviate from those white Eurocentric features? And then you'll get to this understanding of, why do we think someone is attractive? Why do we think someone is unattractive? I think part of how I was raised, like on a man, I think a big nose is glorious. Like, Jackson 5 nostrils, does it for me. Love it. But on a woman that tends not to be attractive because we're more used to seeing women with smaller noses, smaller lips, bigger eyes, or is it bigger eyes, or is, tilted eyes or something like that. Differences in masculine and feminine. Like the more feminine a woman looks, the more attractive people tend to think she is. And so you have groups of people who have features just like their daddy. And it's a wonderful thing I love seeing children who look like their parents. Like, oh my gosh, I know who you belong to. I love it. But in this world we live in, where we have made up this feminine features, masculine features thing, we can do harm to people based on, putting them in this box of unattractive, attractive. So some ways that I've benefited from this pretty privilege, I think it's so funny. I did a video about men. Was it about dating and men? Oh, the manosphere. I did like this video on the manosphere, and I received a lot of negative feedback on a lot of the comments because I think I said, why would I date a man who's making $20,000 a year? And I made a face. So offended. Because men who are making $20,000 a year are below average. If I am above average in looks, why would I date a man who's below average in money? And I'm not, like, to me, that's very biological and not something to get your feelings hurt over. Being pretty is a currency. It means a woman has access to more men, more choice in men, probably men that a lot of women want, have access to more resources. Because of the stereotypes that go along with being pretty, people are more nice to people who are attractive. So people think I am nice, but people are nice to me because they think I'm nice because I'm attractive. People are more likely to give you things. Like skips in lines and free stuff. And, people treat you differently when you're attractive. Think woman who gets in the club for free because she's pretty. Woman who gets access to the VIP section because she's pretty. And pretty will get you access to a lot of things, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna keep you there. And so in my life, people have been extremely kind to me. But like I said, it's not just one thing. I am an extremely kind person who is deserving of all these wonderful things. And because I have this understanding of, I did not choose these features on my face. And it's been a blessing to me. It also means I don't judge other women who weren't blessed with features for wanting to change those features. Because somebody asked me, why do women wear those long eyelashes? What do you mean why? How do you not know why? Because being pretty is a currency. And when people think they can improve upon their prettiness by doing things, they will do them. They will get Botox. They will have plastic surgery. They will eat right and exercise, because having a smaller body, while there are, health benefits, I love all those things. I love being fit, but I also like being attractive. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being attractive. And I don't think there's anything wrong with understanding that one of the most useful tools that a woman has is her beauty. It's a tool. I'm not even mad at it. I'm not. And some people have it and some people don't. And some people who don't can make changes to themselves to have it. Because we live in this world. I'm just saying, we live in this world. We know what it is. And so I am not personally de-investing in beauty. I know there are people who want to, dismantle the entire patriarchal system. I'm wondering what will that look like? Beauty doesn't matter? It, like, how you look doesn't matter? That would be nice, wouldn't it? The color of my skin doesn't matter? That's not so much patriarchy, it's like racism. But I think how you look in this world affects how people treat you, affects your worldview. And sure, everyone should, I don't even like that word, should have access to all the things, but that's not the world we live in. We live in the world of a dominance hierarchy. You look at nature. Every animal is not going to survive. It's just not the way it works. And I think even once we're like all evolved souls, there'll still be some people who look better than other people. Maybe it won't matter as much, right? Maybe our entire beauty systems won't have as much power, right? Maybe it won't have as much power. But even as it is, beauty, like I said, is enough to get you in the door, but it's not enough to keep you there. I'm just saying. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, please. And thank you for watching. This is so funny. Okay. I actually want you in my... You're so pretty.